So I have my meal prepping going on back here. If you want to learn how to make these yummy, healthy meatballs and pasta for meal prep, super easy to do. You can make little meals like this in BPA-free containers, put them out in your freezer, and then when you want a healthy meal, you can just go grab it, heat it up, and they're super yummy and super easy. So come along and I'm going to show you how to make these great meals. Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you've been watching the channel for the last couple months, you know that I have had a new challenge in my life of trying to make things diabetic friendly for my husband, foods that won't spike his glucose, his sugar levels, and that is healthy for him. So we've kind of leaned towards a keto diet, but not everything keto. So I'm kind of, I guess you would call it dirty keto in a way. But one of the biggest things for his diabetes is staying away from all wheat products. That means if you make a meatloaf, you can't put breadcrumbs in it or panko or even the rice. You can, but we choose not to. And so I've found other ingredients to mix in my meatloaf to make it super moist and to still be able to bind it. And you'll be surprised at some of the ingredients that I add in here. So come along and I'm going to show you how to make these wonderful meatballs. What I've got here is my KitchenAid setup. The first ingredient that we're going to start with, and I know keto, onions have sugar in it, but everything I cook, I use onions, and this is one of the things I'm getting a little bit of carb from, but it's my happy carb, so I'm going to go with some onion. I've got a whole onion here that I'm going to put in. And all I'm going to do is use my grater. Now you can use a food processor, whatever you want to be able to grate your stuff. All right, so I'm going to add one zucchini. So I'm going to grate a zucchini. So I have my onions and zucchini grated up. The next item that I'm going to add to this is my roasted bell peppers. Now, if you've never roasted bell peppers, so easy to do. When they come in season, what I will do is go out, throw them on the grill, roast them, and then I will can my own roasted peppers. And if you want to see how to do that, check this video out. So easy to do, and it works great for something like our meatloaf. I'm going to go ahead and open these. And I'm going to have to drain these off. So I've got them here. They're so beautiful. They turn out great. I do them in smaller containers so that I can actually make more with it. Like if I want more, then I'll just open up another jar. But these are so yummy. All I'm going to do with this is I'm just going to do a rough chop with these. Doesn't take much. By adding your bell peppers and your zucchini and your onions, it helps your meatballs keep from drying out. Now, my grandson that's 4 years old, who I can't even believe he's my grandson because he hates vegetables, but I actually fed this to him and he ate all of it, no idea what was inside the meatballs. So I'm going to go ahead and I get all my beef from Costco, or I purchase it organic. Sprouts, Costco, these are 3 for $19.99. So anyways, I get my organic beef from Costco. So this is 1 pound. And I'm going to go ahead and add in 2 eggs, a teaspoon of Lowry's garlic salt, love the Lowry's, and 1 teaspoon of Italian seasonings. I like to run it through my fingers so the oils get through, mixed up, the aroma comes through. So, he's spying on me here. The next ingredient, what?
Waiting on dinner.
Waiting on dinner. The next ingredient is pork rinds. This is what we're going to use to replace breadcrumbs, panko, anything that you would use. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind up a cup of pork rinds. Now I use the Max pork rinds that I get. There's 0 carbs to them. And all I do is grind them up and make my own breadcrumb out of pork rinds. So you can see, I've got about that much. And half the time it's just easier to put a glove on and go on in and bind this and mix this ourselves. Now, I said I was going to make meatballs. What I am going to do, the last time I did this, I made meatballs, but they're such a pain. You know they are. And what I do is I make these meals for my husband to go out on the road. So I'm just going to make a meatball patty is what I'm going to do. And the only other thing I'm going to add is some pepper. And I like my pepper, so. Have you noticed the cost of pepper lately? What the heck is going on with seasonings right now? So there we go. And now all we're going to do is we're going to fry these up into patties. I've got a big scoop, and what I'll do is I'll go ahead and make a decent size ball with my scoop. And I'm going to fry these up to the point that they're brown, and then I'm going to put them in the oven to finish them off. In this bowl here, I have a little bit of red pepper flake and some more pepper, and I'm just going to sprinkle that on top of my meatballs. And this strictly depends on you. If you like red pepper flakes, you like a little bit of a bite, then add it to it. I have a girlfriend that does not care for peppers, red peppers, so if I'm cooking something for her, I'm definitely not adding that to it. And I've got it on a give or take a medium-high heat. Now you can put your meatballs in the oven and just bake them without frying them. I like the taste of the sear that you get from frying them a little bit, but that's going to be your personal preference. So I'm going to go ahead now that they're brown, and I'm going to put them to my cookie sheet. Olive oil, and we're going to sear the next batch. Okay, so I've browned them, and now all I'm going to do is put them in my oven at 400 degrees, and we're going to let them cook for about 15-20 minutes till they're cooked through. So I have some chickpea pasta cooking here. I've got some broccoli cooking back here. And we're going to go ahead and get our meatloaf meatball out. Stick with me, and I'm going to show you what I do with all of this. So everything's done. We have our meatballs here that are made with our pork rinds, the zucchini, our roasted bell peppers. They turned out great, and instead of doing meatballs and worrying about keeping them round, I just went ahead and did meat patties. We've got some broccoli here that I put just a teeny bit of butter and some Lowry's garlic salt in with it. And we have some chickpea pasta here. Love my arrabbiata sauce from Sprouts. If you want to check that out, it's an awesome sauce. You just need to pour it in a pot and heat it up. You don't have to add anything to it. It's that great. And what I'm doing is meal prepping. And for my husband, what I do is in these little BPA containers, what I will do is a half cup of pasta noodles. That's all he can have. So I'll do a half cup of noodles in each container. I will do the patty. And because it's my husband, I know one patty is not going to be enough for him. So I'll do 2 patties. We'll do some of the broccoli. I don't cook the broccoli all the way because I don't want it crumbly when he goes to heat it in the microwave. So don't cook it all the way if you're going to make a freezer meal out of this. And then the only other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of our arrabbiata sauce on top. And some ground Parmesan cheese. And that's one meal. And what I will do is freeze these, then put them in my FoodSaver bag, suck all the oxygen out of them, and then they'll stay safe in the freezer. But that is plenty for one person, plenty of sauce, and it's great and nutritional. So by doing something like this, you can meal prep for your family, or if you're diabetic and you need to do something like my husband, where you're limited what you can eat, and when he goes out on the road in his rig, check out Highwayman Trucking. He's always out on the road, and so I'm always trying to keep him packed with decent food, good food. And this is one way we're ensured that he's getting a good meal while he's out on the road. Again, add some broccoli to the mix. And a little bit of Parmesan cheese. So I'm meal prepping back here, but he's ready for dinner too. So we're going to go ahead and plate this up. Now I made this for you out in the rig a couple weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
And what'd you think of it?
It's really good. The pasta didn't change my blood sugar at all.
So we're trying to get away from wheat pasta. So this is a chickpea pasta.
And I love broccoli. Happens to be like the best vegetable for me, so that's always good.
He said he wanted 3 meats, but he knows he can't have 3 meat.
Just means she's got to make something for dessert. It's really, really good. I'm going to sit down and eat.
So if you want to see more videos of meal prepping, especially for food that is great for diabetics, Keto World too, some of it's a little dirty that I do, but I'm trying to stay as clean as we can be. But sometimes, you know, it's just what it is. I think this is an awesome little meal for you for a meal prep. And I'm going to keep on making my dinners here. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe. And if you want to be notified for future videos, ring the bell. Have a blessed day.